Our third faculty member today is from Cornell University, and Dave Schneider is accompanied today by two of his students who will introduce himself and his students, and they'll pitch in as well. So, Dave, take it away.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is David Schneider. I'm a member of the Systems Engineering faculty at Cornell University, and I'm joined here today with actually two of our students, Horst and Michelle Li, who will be telling you about some of their work in our project, as well as be available to answer any questions and offer the student's perspective. Now, I'll be focusing most of our talk today with regard to a project called Cornell University Sustainable Design, which is a great student project team here on campus. But let me head straight into things. So like I said, my name is Dave Schneider, and I'm really speaking as the head advisor to Cornell University Sustainable Design, also known as CUSD. On my work that I do, I actually focus a lot on student project teams overall. I have quite often over 200 students working for me on various different projects, and as you'll see, CUSD is a major part of that. I'm also involved strongly with the maker movement efforts at Cornell, and as such, we are finding that the Sustainable Minds software has been a great tool for them to consider in the products that they make as well. My work also in teaching model-based systems engineering, which as well as project leadership, creativity, and engineering, all have to do with elements of decision trade-offs quite often, and hence we've been finding Sustainable Minds to be a great tool in that. I'd also like to offer that my formal background is actually in controls dynamics and in NP-hard computer science theory. So you may say that's a bit of a sidestep from the normal sustainability focus, but at the same point I highlight that just as kind of evidence to the fact that there are tools out there like Sustainable Minds which help you to be able to make an impact in sustainability research fairly quickly. I'd also like to add that just from my very background, I used to work for NASA for a while, and I used to be a screenwriter at Disney, but now I've found that actually the sustainability area is one of the best areas to make a significant impact. So this organization, Cornell University Sustainable Design, is run out of the Systems Engineering program here at Cornell, and actually includes students from every undergraduate college at Cornell, just to kind of give an indication as to how large and how wide sustainability has become a part of the culture of students, and particularly here at Cornell. Give a little bit of background on CUSD. They focus largely on building energy systems that this group does, and they've also done things such as being the National Solar Decathlon, where they've even been the set for Good Morning America. They built a schoolhouse in South Africa. They were featured at the Greenbelt 2012 Open Plenary Talk, and have recently been asked to be submit an article for the International Journal of Service Learning and Engineering in a special edition. And again, this organization is the largest and most popular and most diverse student project team on campus. Overall, we've been finding that Sustainable Minds has been a key element in this project, and we've been integrating Sustainable Minds not only into CUSD, but also into a number of other projects, such as a course called Innovative Product Design via Digital Manufacturing and Consumer Products Design. I'm going to be focusing today's talk largely on the CUSD work, and particularly a research project, but I'd be happy to take questions at the end with regards to any of these other projects. So the research project that I'd like to focus on is referred to as Green Building Products Metrics, and summarize the larger research goals here. It's largely an assessment of products, focusing mainly on sustainability, trying to come up with all the different kinds of areas that consumers typically have a hard time assessing or understanding on their own, sustainability being a fantastic example of that. And a large focus on our work is not actually the assessment techniques themselves, because there's a lot of people who are doing research in this area, but more about the actual customer communication. How do we actually get this information down to the level that your average consumer can find value and ease of use in that assessment? And so rather than having the focus be on high precision and detail, it's more about being able to provide truthful but still general impressions that can inform the consumer. Estimates are far better than nothing, so long as presented with accuracy, and that the amount of accuracy is clear to that, so they understand how much accuracy is involved with being presented. And a good way to think about this might be kind of like the level of consumer reports overall. Again, trying to get to some basic general ideas for your average consumer. We're hoping largely that this work will not only meet the growing needs of consumers to have knowledge about the sustainability of their products, but also to potentially even drive consumer choice change, and with that, hopefully even manufacturer driving change. Now, to give an indication as where we currently are with this research, we're focusing largely on using it for internal decisions here at Cornell. Within CUSD, we do a number of projects with regards to building, creating brand new buildings and doing renovation projects. And as such, we do a lot of product design selection and comparison of different products that are out there. Again, we're using this largely again as an internal decision tool, but we were focusing mainly on building materials, utility equipment, home appliances, furnishings, and we've even developed baselines of comparison in these categories, and we'll be having some of the students tell you about that work in just a bit. We do have plans to introduce this work to a general audience in-store tests in the coming year, but right now, again, we're using it just for internal decision processing. And just to give you an idea of the range of the students that are involved with this, we have everywhere from freshmen to even sometimes PhD students involved in CUSD overall. Now, to give you kind of an indication of what this metric is like and some of the work that's based off of it, I'd like to start off with this slide, which basically says that if you gave a consumer two products that were exactly identical in every single way, with the exception that one of them was actually communicated as being more sustainable in a way that a consumer can understand, they would actually choose the more sustainable product, that they actually do have some interest in that. However, as we are well aware, the process of making that evaluation is quite complicated and very challenging for your average consumer to be able to understand. And if you layer on top of that all the additional elements such as cost, installation and maintenance issues, as well as the actual effects on their health, it becomes a very complicated subject to try to address. So what we're proposing is to try to be able to provide some kind of metric that might look like the following, that has both graphic and numerical representations of four key categories: cost and payback, sustainability, and obviously sustainability being a key one that we are looking at Sustainable Minds to inform the score of. Also looking at things like installation, maintenance, and better living. But again, the idea is here's a quick snapshot that could be used to give some kind of rough information to a potential consumer. Now, we're using this currently internally, and as such, we have to often pull data from various manufacturers ourselves. And so we use this kind of analogy of our metric as being also having this weather report kind of analogy, saying that, all right, if we're able to get very good data that has been third-party verified, gone through a full LCA, we'll equate that to kind of like the weather for today. It's a very accurate measurement that we can trust what that measurement is. If we have perhaps incomplete information, we might still do what rating we can, but equate it to kind of like our 5-day forecast. We recognize that data is inaccurate, might change, but still is better than nothing. At least gives us an estimate as to what might be the general direction that something is headed in. And so that kind of sums up the way that our metric research works right now. But I'd like to hand it over to the students to actually tell a little bit more about how they're actually using it. Justin?
All right. I'm Justin Horst. I'm a member of GBMP, and Sustainable Minds is just a very useful tool for us for choosing the best materials, the best utilities, the best furnishings for the kinds of projects that CUSD does. So the rendering that you're seeing on the screen right now is of a project that's currently going on. The design for it is almost complete, and it's potentially going to be built on campus. It's the Beebe Lake redevelopment project. And we think that Sustainable Minds could be used to compare the different building materials, the different furnishings that could potentially be put inside of this building, and choose the best and most sustainable options. So the first step to doing something like this is to take what information we can get on the different products and materials and plug it into Sustainable Minds for a kind of a product analysis. This gives us a millipoint score as well as other types of information that we can use to objectively judge and compare and choose between all the different products that we could be interested in. So this does require BOMs, which is a little bit of a complication and a challenge for us because it's not third-party verified, but some data is always better than no data at all, and some manufacturers are far more forthcoming with their data, which is very handy. And because our goal is a kind of a weather report for these products, again, this kind of data is good enough for what we're trying to do.
Great. So hi everyone, my name is Michelle Li. So I'm just going to talk to you a little about the baselines we've been working on for our metric. So in order to make our metric more widely applicable, we've also been establishing baselines where we create basically a fictional product to compare other products against. The data for these fictional products come from institutions such as MIT, European groups, and sometimes other professional organizations. This allows us to compare our products to the same baseline so that there is a consistent standard to objectively judge other products against. So in terms of contractor communication, we found that when talking to contractors, using this data has been useful in effectively communicating the different aspects of products. We're interested in teaming up with Cornell facilities in order to aid them in choosing better, more sustainable products, and look forward to talking with contractors more in the future. As you can see here, the fact that we're even able to say anything about sustainability and the other aspects of our metric helps our clients make better, well-informed decisions. We find Sustainable Minds to be a great resource, and we really look forward to seeing the progression of Sustainable Minds as it gains more tools.
Thank you, Michelle and Justin. So I'd like to just kind of start to wrap up here with the oops, went 2 slides there, apologize. With some of the key learnings that we really noticed that our students have been able to get out of using Sustainable Minds in their designs. This really has helped them to target on a lot of trade study kind of work. We're talking about the development of performance metrics, decision matrices, and even getting into things such as the QFD or House of Quality, where they're able to directly compare some of their engineering characteristics, obviously, with the actual customer attributes in order to justify the kinds of decisions that they're making. Also, just the fact that they have to work quite often with suppliers in order to find out information about their bill of materials, about their manufacturing processes, has helped them to develop skills in supplier communications overall. In fact, the entire exercise, I would say, is a wonderful way to also teach ethics to our students in a way that they are very receptive. Students really do embody the responsibility of the sustainability of their actions, and this becomes even more clear through exercises like this. So I'd like to wrap up by saying basically, not only is the Sustainable Mind a great education tool, but we've been finding it to be a great research tool. And here's a mission statement our students came up with themselves. The value in incorporating Sustainable Minds directly into our research to drive sustainable behavior by empowering consumers with specific, informative, and accurate data about the products they buy. It'd be very difficult in order to do our kind of research without a tool like Sustainable Minds. And hence students have been finding all different kinds of new ways to make use of it to inform their decisions, whether it be in the building materials, utilities and furnishings, other products like that consumer products product I mentioned, and again, just overall design decisions in the work that they're doing. I'd like to wrap up by adding one last comment in general trends for our students is that today's generation really is making sustainability a priority. To give you an indication, CUSD in 1 year alone had over 1,000 students applying to be a part of this project. Again, making it the largest, most popular student project team on campus. There is that much interest across all the different kinds of disciplines to try to make a real difference in this area. And we're finding that students are selecting their jobs based upon their personal values and not just traditional incentives. Yes, they do care about their salary. They want to do something where they feel that what they're doing has value and they're doing it in the right way. And so they consider sustainability basically a fundamental moral responsibility, and they actively respect those companies that do so as well. And so with that, I'd like to wrap it up and be happy to take any additional questions that you have with regards to any of our products and, of course, the use of Sustainable Minds. Thank you.